Are you concerned about type 2 diabetes because it seems to run in your family, or you've been told you're at high risk? You want to check out this video. Hi there, I'm Coach Tonya with Criticalbench, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 9 early warning signs of type 2 diabetes. Now, type 2 diabetes, it's pretty darn prevalent, so much so that a 2017 report showed that 30.3 million adults in the USA have type 2 diabetes. Now, that's a staggering number. And before I get into the early warning signs, one thing I want to say is that when it comes to type 2 diabetes, there's a lot of things that we can do to shift things in our favor. So health, vitality, just staying well. And we have a wonderful product here, Unlock Your Hip Flexors. This is something that's going to help get you moving. It's going to help lower your numbers. It's going to help just actually, this program is your key to strength and vitality. So again, Unlock Your Hip Flexors. We got a book, we got a DVD. You want to click that pinned comment below, and it's going to take you to the link where you can get that product, because it's fantastic. And if you're someone that you're wanting to improve lifestyle, that's the product that you're gonna want to have. Okay, so 9 early warning signs of type 2 diabetes. Well, what should you be looking out for, or what do you need to be aware of, particularly if you've been told that you're at a higher risk? Now, that can be the result of family history or a genetic predisposition. And while there can be a lot of factors at play that are impacting that, your prevalence for type 2 diabetes, there's some things that you can't do anything about, like your DNA, okay? There's not a lot we can do about our DNA. It is what it is, but there's a lot of things we can do to work with our DNA. So just because there's a predisposition genetically, there are lifestyle choices that you can make to lower your risk, okay? And type 2 diabetes is one of these health conditions that you can really turn the tides for yourself, particularly with exercise, nutrition, and maintaining a healthy weight. All right, those are things that you are in control of. However, if there is a genetic predisposition, if type 2 diabetes does run in your family, if you've already been told by your doctor that you're at high risk because of perhaps weight, poor nutrition, sedentary lifestyle, whatever you have heard, what are some of the early warning signs that you need to be aware of so you can get in and get checked out and make sure that this doesn't get complicated and cause other much bigger issues for you? Number 1 is frequent urination. So obviously with type 2 diabetes, you get a saturation point of glucose in the bloodstream, which is not where we want it. We want glucose in our cells because our cells need that glucose as its fuel source. It's what they run on to do everything. So what happens is when, with type 2 diabetes, that glucose is not enough of it is getting from the blood into the cells. So what happens is the level becomes too high in the blood. Your body needs to filter it out and eliminate it. The kidneys kick in, which causes you to go to the bathroom more to get rid of that excess glucose and try to maintain some kind of balance in your body. Warning sign number 2 goes hand in hand with number 1, and that's increased thirst, because obviously, if you're urinating more frequently, you're going to be more thirsty, because not only is your body eliminating excess glucose and sugars, it's also eliminating other fluids. So you're going to be more thirsty and you're going to be drinking more. So particularly if you notice those two together. The third warning sign is hunger, just always being hungry. People who have type 2 diabetes seem to always be hungry, regardless of how, regardless of the time that they last ate. And the bottom line is they're not getting enough of that glucose and energy into their cells, so their body's needing, it's wanting energy, it's wanting glucose, so it's wanting that fuel. So they're always hungry because their body's saying, like, we need some of this, you need to eat something so I can get that. The fourth sign is just always being tired and feeling exhausted. And again, with that glucose sitting in the bloodstream and not getting into the cells, your cells don't have that fuel source, so your energy levels are going to be very low. You're going to feel very tired and very draggy. So you want to, lots of things can make you feel tired and draggy, but if this is becoming a real problem and interfering with your life and your ability to, do your job and just, live, there's something more serious going on. The fifth warning sign is blurry vision. So because of a higher level of glucose in the bloodstream, it can damage blood vessels in the eye, and that can cause your vision to be blurry, and that's not a good thing. So you definitely, if you're noticing that your vision's getting blurry, you're noticing periods of time that intermittently it's blurry, you do want to get that checked out right away. I mean, to rule out any type of complication or any other issue. But again, if you already know that you are genetically predisposed to type 2 diabetes, if you're told that you're at a high risk, if your doctor has said to you you've got to make some lifestyle changes, and you are noticing that your vision is getting blurry, that's another warning sign. And if left untreated or unchecked, that can lead to further complications with your vision, and that's something that nobody wants to have happen. Okay, sixth warning sign is slow healing. So again, because it comes down to that high level of glucose in the blood as opposed to going from the blood into your cells. So as that level of glucose in the blood elevates and stays higher than it should be, it can damage nerve endings, and it can do, again, we talked about the eye earlier, so damaging blood vessels. Now what that happens is that impacts circulation. So, I mean, circulation has to be optimal for the blood to flow to all areas of your body, and that helps with the healing process. So people with type 2 diabetes will notice that they don't heal as quickly because their circulation has been compromised because of the disease. Number 7, tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. So again, bring circulation back into the equation. Your blood circulates throughout your whole body. So the further away from the heart you get, we get further away from the heart. So your extremities, particularly the hands and the feet, when circulation becomes compromised because of high levels of glucose in the bloodstream, you're going to notice that tingling, numbing sensation in your hands and your feet. Now, the number 8 warning sign was one that I actually had never heard of before. So it was interesting because, hey, I'm always learning stuff too. And some of you may know this, but it is patches of dark skin, particularly like in folds or creases, like around your neck. That's one area. And now, lots of things can cause patchy dark skin. Some people have skin pigmentation, and so we'll just have, or they have been born with a birthmark. I'm not talking about that. These patches of dark skin will probably show up and you had never noticed them before. You might notice a few, or you might just notice one, and they tend to feel very soft and velvety. So that's another warning sign, early warning sign of type 2 diabetes. The last and number 9 of the early warning signs for type 2 diabetes is an increase in yeast infections. Now, sugar is the food that yeast loves, all right? So if you are type 2 diabetic, or you're kind of on that track to developing it, and you've got higher levels of glucose in your bloodstream, you're really, essentially, you are providing a buffet for yeast to grow in your system. And you're going to notice in areas of the body where it's more hot, more warm, a little more damp. So armpits, maybe knee pits, obviously genital areas, those are areas that it's going to present, that you're going to notice. And if you see it, for instance, on say in the armpit area, you're going to notice very raw red skin. It's not going to be very comfortable. It's going to be very itchy, and it's a real nuisance. So if you're noticing that you're getting these yeast infections, you definitely have a lot of sugar in your system. And if type 2 diabetes is sort of on your radar, something you need to watch out for and be concerned about and start making lifestyle choices to prevent that, this is something that you want to take note of. Okay, so a few other things I want to say about type 2 diabetes, I'm having trouble saying that today, is that, again, there are a lot of things that you can do, as with a lot of things, to impact and influence your quality of life and ultimately your health and wellness. Type 2 diabetes is part of that. When you look at what some of the risk factors are that are within our control, obesity, poor diet, and not enough exercise, being very sedentary. These are things that you can shift, and it can seem overwhelming. It can seem like, I don't even know where to start, but yes, you can. And again, I do want to show you our product, Unlock Your Hip Flexors. This is a great start to getting moving, to getting healthy, to regaining your vitality, to regaining some strength. And it's one thing that you can do to invest in your health and help reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, along with excellent nutrition and maintaining a healthy weight. So again, check that pinned comment below so you know where you can get this amazing product. Everybody should be doing it. And if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up. You don't want to miss any of our fantastic content. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned something, and I hope you share it with somebody else. I'm Coach Tonya here with Critical Bench. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon.